just wanna have a conversation. No, I'm not your type of baby, listen, I'm just saying. We can rule the world, just me and you, if you quit playing. Won't you take a chance with me and have that conversation? I just wanna have that conversation with you. Come and talk to me. I just wanna have that conversation with you. Look, see, we vibing and you know it's true. Baby, what it do? Do for me and I'ma do for you, no doubt about it. Boosie, I'm a Midwest king, looking for myself a queen. Ready to chase a dream with a dope self-esteem. You find it in all I know, and that's for real. You get to shaking that ass on the floor, and I see what's real. No disrespect, I just tell it like it is. Do you ever want some kids? What your ultimate goals? Maybe I can help with those. The mo was broke when he made you a blessing. You looking like a whole buffet, and I need some seconds. You say you had promiscuous ways, that was back in the day. I'll be alive, I say I did it. That shit was a phase. So baby, take this journey with me. You can pick the time and place, this nigga isn't picky. Smile on your face, I know the deal. Sign and deliver after seal. I can see it in her eyes, this one right here for real. I just wanna have a conversation. No, I'm not your type of baby, listen, I'm just saying. We can rule the world, just me and you, if you quit playing. Won't you take the chance with me and have that conversation? I just wanna have that conversation with you. Come and talk, yeah. I just wanna have that conversation with you. Lady, you so far ahead of these others, just like a ship on the horizon. Picking up on your vibe, signal stronger than Verizon. All the thoughts that I've been contemplating, ain't no time for faking or debating. You the one, ain't no mistaking. Look, I see your swag different. Always carry yourself like you ready, you know the mission. I had to know you, I'm tempted. I can see why you timid. Hold up now, baby, listen. Just take that dance with me. I can show you that there's a difference. I'm locked in. I throw away my player ways because you pop in. A shooter always shoot a shot. With you by my side, I guarantee we'll reach the top. I put that on God and them. I give you all that I got. So baby, take this journey with me. You can pick the time and place. This nigga isn't picky. Smile on your face, I know the deal. Sign and deliver after seal. I can see it in her eyes. This one right here for real. I just wanna have a conversation. No, I'm not your type of baby. Listen, I'm just saying. We can rule the world, just me and you, if you quit playing. Won't you take a chance with me and have that conversation? I just wanna have that conversation with you. Come and talk, yeah. I just wanna have that conversation with you. Come and talk to me.
Welcome to the Behind Them Sticks podcast, brought to you by
Yo, what's cracking? Welcome to a very special Saturday edition of Behind Them Sticks with your boy Ham Solo 05 Gaming here with you on the TSWS YouTube channel. So thank you so much for everybody that's pulled up on this random day that I decided to do this event, but I had to get Lady Infamous on here. She told me that, you know, she's very busy through the week and whatnot, and I really enjoy her squad, what she does, what she stands for, and whatnot within the gaming community. She's very well respected and whatnot, so I definitely wanted to give her flowers today and have her on here and make sure that I open up some space for her for my podcast. So thank you so much, Lady Infamous, for being part of today's podcast. Your mic should be good to go. And on from my part, I know you're good. Go on ahead and let everybody know where they can find you with them grown women in gaming.
You already know the best thing on a Saturday morning. I stream every once in a while when I feel like it. I used to stream real heavy back in the days, but now it's just probably like once or twice a week, maybe. But regularly, I'm 1/4 of Grown Woman Gaming, aka the best thing on a Saturday morning. And you can check me at Lady Infamous 415 in all media platforms. So that's what I'll be doing.
That's what's up. Really good to have you here. Finally, I know we've been kind of working on scheduling in the background, and I had a vacation, so I had to reschedule the schedule. that I had you approve. So I'm happy
And
that
I can be very accommodating. Life is life. So, I was just happy I got the invite,
no doubt. Not only were you very like on top of like being available to, adjust the schedules and whatnot, but you were on top of like, what do I need? What's this? What's that? And everything like that, more so than other people that are on the show, which I enjoy because it's just like, yo, this person's wanting to be ready to go. They don't want to be, slacking off at all, which I've heard plenty about from K Mega. K Mega told me Lady Infamous is one of the most prepared people out here in these gaming streets. And
blame it on my anxiety. I'm telling you right now, that's the anxiety. That's why I'm so prepared at everything, as I try to at least. And sometimes it gets a little annoying. But just blame it on the anxiety. I'm sorry.
Well, shout out to you. Shout out to Grown Women Gaming, and shout out to those in the chat right now, members or not. Super chats are available if you'd like. If you have something to ask or say to Lady Infamous, go on ahead and do so. Just keep it respectful. I'm going to shout out some folks in the chat that decided to pull up this Saturday evening. Hustle and Motivate, my man out here doing this thing. Good to see you pulling up, bruh. Ashis, good to see you, brother. All the way out in Africa supporting us. Out in the States asking, is it still Saturday over there? Yeah, bro, it's still Saturday. Punty, what's cracking? Good to see you. A Dark Optimus, seen you yesterday. Hey, bro, 04. You already know what I'm talking about. Dolo Knight, good to see you. L Boogie, what's cracking?
Let's do it. Baldur's Gate 3 and some drinks tonight. Let's go.
Supporting the comrade. You love to see it. Michael Turner, what's cracking? Popped up. And Michael Johnson. Good Lord, we got the mics up in the building right now. But hey, what's cracking? What were you about to say?
Who, me? Me?
Yeah,
I was just waiting for you.
Okay. I thought I seen you about to say something. So anyways, let's go on ahead and get into some of these topics. So obviously I like to talk about people's backgrounds and how they got into gaming and stuff like that. So without any further ado, let's go on ahead and get into it. Before the actual show started, as usual, I asked the guests, what is the console that really got them into gaming, right? The console that Lady Infamous had readily available to her to get into gaming, which I want her to extrapolate on a little bit more, is the Nintendo Entertainment System. Yes, that old school NES. Talk about it, Lady Infamous. You told me that Mario Duck Hunt was the game on there.
Yes,
was that the only one?
That was the only one. I ain't had no money. I had no money growing up. Okay, so we were lucky. We were even lucky to even get something like that. So the only game we only had was Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt combo. I think it came one Christmas. It lasted a couple of years, and then I guess my mom got us a Game Boy. So we had Game Boy. We couldn't afford all the games, so all I had was Super Mario, Tetris. That's all I had because it came in a little combo. So it was really, I appreciated my parents for at least trying, even though we didn't get all the games, but we had, access to it. So, I mean, throwback all day.
Dang, shout out to Ashis with the 99.99. I don't know. Loke knows this, but Zar or ZAR. I appreciate you, brother. I don't know what the hell it means, but he says, yes, Baldur's Gate 3 all the way. Let's take a little break just real quick from the history, and I just want you to extrapolate a little bit on Baldur's Gate because you just got done talking about how you were gonna be playing with L Boogie, or you're gonna be playing tonight. I haven't really heard much about the game.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even touch the game yet because El Boogie was kind enough to give me the game because I guess it was I just built my PC game. So this is the first game she gave me since I built the new PC, I'm assuming. And then so I'm gonna get into it tonight, like after I get off with you. So she's gonna really show me really what to do. She's gonna carry me and give me the tutorials and stuff like that. But I've been hearing from El Boogie, I've been hearing from Sharice, I've been hearing from others that game is really good, very adult situation like, which is right up my alley. So I can't wait to get into it.
That's what's up. That's really kind. But I mean, y'all
Yeah.
are sisters. So y'all support each other like that. I get it.
I'm gonna tell you, it's really that's my dog for life. When I met her, I told her to come to my job, and it was somebody that I haven't really met before, only online. For her to trust me and to come to my job and hang out with me in San Francisco, that just built the bond that we had, and that's the start of it. We used to play Call of Duty every Fridays, and we still do. We played yesterday, so yeah, I really.
Man, I heard that you don't want to catch Lady Infamous out on the streets in these FPS games. You don't.
I'm gonna put my money on Call of Duty, and maybe Rainbow Six, and maybe Rainbow Six. But I mean, if you gonna play Call of Duty, you better first of all you better play hardcore, because ain't no core over here. Ain't no core over here at all. So yeah,
I seen you lay the smackdown on 8 Fools the other day.
They did hardcore shipment that day, and usually that's like a rare map, because shipment is already chaotic as it is, and it's known to grind your guns and stuff and level up. But if you put hardcore element to it, it's a whole different thing. So you basically are just. It's straight chaos. So if I know the spawn points and it's hardcore and it's shipment, I mean, it's a little to my advantage. And sometimes I'll be kicking ass.
Yeah, I heard you get disrespectful sometimes in that. And
I do. I have to sometimes, because some dudes, they don't want to put no respect on a lady's name, because ladies be playing Call of Duty and they be whooping ass better than some of these guys out there. So yeah, I gotta do something about that.
Well, stretch your wings, girl. All right. Well, going back to the NES, so that was like the original console, and I always say, I even said this in the last episode with Fuzzy Belvedere. I was like, the first console you get is like the appetizer to the meal, right? So I kind of want to know, what was the moment in which, or like, what was the console that you got where it was like, oh, it is on, like this right here is shutting it down. Like I'm busy all weekend. Don't nobody hit me up unless they want to come get a piece or something like that. What was that first console that you had that like intense kind of feeling for?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be the Xbox 360. Because in between the NES original and that 360, I didn't have a console. So because everybody lived their life a certain way. My life as a child was, wasn't the best as others, and we couldn't get all the new or the games or nothing like that. So I really, in between that two, I had to go to the arcade. And there was an arcade in Miami, and I used to catch 2 buses. I used to have like $25 in my pocket. I was a kid, and they had like a goat cart. They had a movie theater. They had an arcade and a snack bar, and that was like my go-to every weekend, just to fulfill that itch, and I was just focusing on other things and less on gaming until like I was a full grown adult, and this is the first time I really had a decent job, and this is my first apartment. So I talked to one of my friends at the time, and I told her, what should I get? And she told me get the 360 because once she had it, and I was gonna go with what she had. So thank you, Twister. Thank you, Twister. So it was really popping when I got the 360 Elite, and I only had enough money for 2 games. So I had got Dante's Inferno and Modern Warfare 2. And the lobbies, that's when it was like, oh, it's on. It's on. It was like there wasn't a lot of lady players at the time, so they really didn't expect a girl to play Modern Warfare 2, and that's when I was like, okay, I got it. So I was determined to be like just as good as the guys, or maybe better, so I can be able to play with the guys. You got to be better. So that's the 360 Elite Black with the 250 gigabyte hard drive with the black controller with the chat pad. I have that over here right now, and I to this day I still have the Xbox 360 Elite. It's right there. I can't part with it. I'm gonna do something with it.
Man, you talking like it's your baby.
Almost damn near. It just almost damn near, because it just let me know where I came from. It's a reminder of where I came from playing video games and what I have accomplished between buying that console and me sitting here with you right now. So it's a whole evolution.
Man, I love it. Sir X-Man in the chat with a $2 super chat coming in with that what do I want to call that? That NWA type energy, saying Lady Infamous, go express yourself with Ham. I appreciate Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man is a very supportive individual of the community, not only with my channel, but I've always seen him up in the GWG chat. He's on GRG all the time, but I see this man everywhere. So shout out to Sir X-Man real quick in the chat. But
Sir X-Man, wasn't you in the podcast like an hour ago? Wasn't you in the podcast an hour ago? I swear I saw you in my feed on YouTube. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was wrong.
Sir X-Man, that underground supporter. MVP. But anyways, so you talked just a little bit, you just briefly talked about your love for the 360 and how that really got you to really sick your teeth in the gaming extra than before. But you also said that between the 360 and the NES, there is like stuff that was going on and stuff that had happened.
Yeah.
Are you able to extrapolate on any of that at all? Because I'm kind of curious, like, and it doesn't have to be personal at all, but I'm curious, like, as if like what kind of like systems and stuff, or like what kind of like transformation was going on through the mind of a gamer at that time between those two consoles, with life and everything happening.
It was because I was in a position that at one point I was like, I couldn't get the games that I wanted. I couldn't do anything about having an at-home console. That's just personal issues with my life. And then I had to be like, if I really want to play video games, I will have to learn to adjust. So there were comic book stores, mini arcades in the neighborhood, the laundromat with the Pac-Man, or the Neo Geo 4 combo at the laundromat. You had to go to the mall. You really had to look and really cherish the locations that really had, a arcade stand. I'll play a couple of games, get that itch scratch, and then deal with life, period, But I always knew in the back of my mind, when I was younger, that if I got older, I know I'm going to buy my own console. I know I'm going to be playing these video games. I'm going to be able to, at least have a lifestyle that I can be able to play as much as possible when I get older, to replace the times that I missed because I was younger and had to go deal with the things that I had to go through.
Through that time period, what was like something that you look back on and you're like, man, I really wish I got into that during its heyday that I actually didn't get to take advantage of? Because for me, I think everybody has those things like, man, I wish I would have did that, because like I missed out on the PS3 and PS4 era flat out
It's
because I went to Xbox.
I missed all the PSs. I missed the Super NES. So I can understand you feeling like missing out at the time. But as soon as I was an adult and I knew I could spend my own money on hobbies like this, it just completely changed my mind. It just completely like changed and altered what my entire life, because that was implemented in everything, because I got to make sure my bills paid and make sure I'm straight. I got to make sure my bills are straight, and then I can play some video games. So I wouldn't have no guilt, in my first apartment in Tennessee playing Modern Warfare 2 all night in my room, because it was like that, I worked for it. And instead of me like going to the club or, getting drunk with some folks, I just, got a burrito and some jarritos and, some herbal essence and just played online.
Okay. So let's talk about the 360 a little bit more, just during that generation and whatnot. Obviously, that was a big time for Xbox fans. That generation pushed off of what was the first generation and a little bumpy of a ride, and like turned it into like fast pace. Yo, we can do what you could do, and sometimes even better kind of situation for a console cycle for them. So I want to know, for you, like, obviously you got welcomed into it with the Elite. You got two games, Dante's Inferno and Call of Duty. But what kind of started to like gel crazy as as that generation progressed? What aspect of gaming, if I'm going to be more specific, was gelling with you? Like, man, like, wow, this is different from back then. Right?
I would have to say storytelling is what it was, because Dante Inferno was hash and slash, and Modern Warfare 2 was bang 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 bang, but Fallout 3 is where I was like, oh, I can see where this is going as far as like storytelling is concerned. At first I wasn't, someone put me on Fallout 3. I was like, man, fuck this shit, man. It's like apocalyptic, it's all green. And I'm like, yo, I'm not getting jiggy with it. So what had happened was, later down the road, I started playing and I started reading the stories, and the dialogue was so good, that let me know like you can make wonderful stories and just use gaming as a backdrop. It's just as satisfying as, getting 8 kills in like 15 seconds,
That's wild. That's a wild comparison right there.
Yeah.
Never thought of it that way. That's pretty interesting. Going a little bit deeper into that, Xbox at that time, and gaming in general, offered a lot of different ways to meet individuals within the community of gaming. How did you, or did you even take advantage of like meeting people or like getting like friends that you got acquainted with more online, like than in like reality?
Okay, let's just keep it a buck. The friends, it was hard in the 2009s to be like trying to make friends. There wasn't any I couldn't. I only had like one female friend online, and I never met her. And then it was really a bunch of guys, just they some want to be your friend, somebody, or others just want to be like get in where they fit in type of vibe. And I didn't really start meeting the people that I game with until I was like on Xbox One. That console right there. It was like when I began to meet the actual people that I were connected with, because there were more variety of people playing, and it wasn't just one demographic. Back in the days, let's just keep it a buck, there was really no female gamers, especially in the Call of Duty field, that can actually stick together in 2009. But when you're talking about the Xbox One, there were more girls playing, there was more ladies playing, and then you can dip your toe a little bit and meeting folks, because if you like have connections with folks playing online, you have to like make an effort to at least try to meet them one time, just to see if the person that you're playing online with for the last 3 years is really the same person that you see having a drink or having a coffee or something like that.
Yeah, and I'm assuming as well back in those 360 days. I mean, that's your real. I mean, sure, the Xbox Live was available on the original Xbox, but the meat and potatoes of people's memories in Xbox Live are in the 360 genre for the most part. So, and being that it was very early back then, meeting people was a little harder to do than it is maybe now within
Yeah.
all these communities that you have and whatnot. Did you
Mhm.
ever see yourself when you were back in the 360 days going in the direction that you are currently in right now?
Hell no. Hell no. I thought I was
You
gonna
say that
get
with some power. You're like,
because
hell no.
no, if I would have told lady who was working at burritos in Clarksville, Tennessee, that she's about to have a community space with the rest of her team, aka GWG, the best thing on a Saturday morning at Pac West in 2 weeks, she wouldn't have not believed you. I thought that I would have a husband and some kids, and this gaming part was just something to do while I figure out what I'm gonna do in my life. I didn't know what's at that time when I bought the 360. I was I had my own shit, but mentally I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know what direction I was gonna take. I got a GED, a skill, and a dream. So I could not have known. I could not have known. So she wouldn't believe you. She would have told you to get the fuck out of her house if she would have told you that. So yeah.
All right, so then you continue through the Xbox 360 generation. You see the Xbox One kind of pop up on the news and whatnot. I'm kind of curious, did you even touch the PS3 during that generation?
I had a boyfriend who had one, so I was playing with his.
Okay, and what did you think about that?
It was okay. I mean, it was okay. It was fine. I guess at the time when I was with him, he was really protective of the PS3. I think he will only play Madden, and that was just boring after a certain while. Like, for me, he was just playing it to play Madden. And Scarface, I think it's called The World Is Yours. I think
The
it's the
World
game.
Is Yours, yep. Scarface.
Yeah, I would play that shit, but I always had, like, when I was younger, a boyfriend that had a console, so I can play it. So, and the majority of them were like PlayStations, PlayStation, Xbox, but more PlayStation than Xbox.
So I'm kind of curious, like with that being something that you seen a lot, what made you kind of stick around with Xbox then? Because I'm assuming the very next generation you were probably right on the Xbox One.
Yes, exactly. Because Twista, she had an Xbox the cream one. I call it the cream one because the white one. And she was like, well, hey, you can get the black one. You can get you one and we can be online and we can talk and we can play shit like Uno or N Plus. N Plus is like a ninja battle royale type of game. N Plus, I call it Ninja Plus, but it's a good game. It should be, if you ever get a chance to look at N Plus. It's a good game. And we used to like, I'll be at my house and she'll be at hers and we'll have a party together and we'll play, Ninja Plus. So just playing with her and getting to know, the ecosystem of Xbox, I didn't bother to go to anything else until, recently, like 5 years and beyond, because when I started to be a content creator, I didn't want to be a one person or one console, content creator. I truly believe that if you really want to be a content creator, you got to have it all, or most of it. So most of it is like all I had was the Xbox, but then I knew when I wanted to transition to making, playing casual gaming to actually doing content creating, that's when I had to expand. So the first PlayStation I ever bought was the PlayStation 4. But when it came to my first PC was like a little bit past after the PlayStation 4. Then I got like the Nintendo Switch for my birthday. But Xbox was the continuing, denominator as far as, me living life. If I'm going to go move cross country, you know what I'm going to do first? Pack the Xbox, pack the controller. Wherever life took me, this Xbox went with me, because I said and as long as I had my Xbox Live profile on point and some internet, I took the Xbox everywhere with me.
That's phenomenal. I mean, that sounds very much like something that I'd do myself.
Yeah.
I literally have my Series X that stays at home. My Series S is like my road console. Like when I'm going to hotels and stuff like that, and if I might be going camping, it is it is a Steam Deck that I put Windows on, so I can play Xbox through there. So I get having to always, you're always thinking about like whenever I go somewhere, you're gonna come with me. I'm gonna have something to do no matter where I go, which is phenomenal. But continuing through the Xbox. The Xbox One generation, the PS4. So you did say that you got a PS4 at some point.
Yeah,
it was a 400. It was after the Xbox One.
Yeah, it was a $480 mistake. I tell the story all the time. You want to hear it?
Why you gotta say it like that?
because it was like Death Stranding came out. I think they had a little teaser trailer for it. And that's when I knew I'm gonna get the PlayStation 4.
$480 mistake. God damn.
So I was like, okay, I'll get me a PlayStation 4 so I can play Death Stranding. And I was really hyped for that game. I was like, I'm with this weird abstract shit. I'm really down with that. So I went and I want to save up my money, and I got like a pre-used PlayStation 4, and then I got the game. I'm like, I got the art book and the soundtrack. I'm excited. And then when I play the game, it's something that I did not expect, and I did not enjoy it as much as I thought I would, and I just didn't play it. I think you got a good 3 hours from me, and that was it. That was it on Death Stranding. I got so upset because I was like, I don't believe that I actually spent this much money to play this game, and I didn't even play it. But in hindsight, I did play other titles on the PlayStation, like Ghost of Tsushima. I played Bloodborne. I love that shit. I really do. The Last of Us, Heavy Rain, Detroit Become Human. What's that one with Ellie and the Ghost? I forgot that one, but that one as well. But yeah, I Death Stranding was like a complete mistake. I wish I could have had my money back. I wish. That
Damn.
mistake, yeah, I'm telling you. But the thing is, though, if it wasn't for Death Stranding, I probably would have not enjoyed the other titles that I played because I have to do something. I still spent money on this console. I gotta play something. I had to get my money's worth. So I had to do what I had to do.
Gotcha. Wow, what a way to get into the PS4. All right, so so that happened. The Xbox One. What did you think of that generation as a whole? I hear a lot of different things. As of this week, I mean, I heard a couple other people say, "Hey, the Xbox One is when I jumped into Xbox." So, like, for not everybody, the Xbox generation was bad. Like people talk about the Xbox One generation like it was like the worst part of their childhood, but it was. It wasn't that bad. It just wasn't the best for first party games whatsoever. I want you to tell me what you thought of the Xbox One generation before social media kind of influenced any kind of thought process on it.
At the time when I got the Xbox One, I really wasn't too worried about what people were saying about it on the internet. I was really just caring about what I wanted, and I just wanted an upgrade. And do I say it was perfect? No, I don't think the Xbox One was perfect, the console by any means. But I think there were some things they wanted to make it more like an entertainment system versus a console, which was fine with me. Whatever you wanted, whatever they want, because I was team Xbox all the way. So it wouldn't. I was ready to accept their flaws and still get the console. I still got it, and I still continue to play it and maintain it. And it wasn't towards it was towards the end of the Xbox One era and into the series and that era. That's when I started understanding starting to listen to what social media had to say and certain content creators had to say about the Xbox One generation. I mean, to be honest, they can talk about that all day long, but I'm gonna tell you what, it was my escape. It was my way to, not deal with the whole world and the problems that I had during that time. So quite frankly, the Xbox One saved my motherfucking life, if you want to be honest.
Oh shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. Because when I first got the Xbox One, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be going to work and playing these games and being with the person I was with. And then things started to change and I didn't have nobody. I didn't have nobody to talk to. I didn't have no family to talk to. And I just started playing these games. So despite what people were talking about it was like, it was my escape and I cherished the shit out of my one. So that's just being completely honest and transparent. Now, as I meet people and think about, finding Twitter and finding social media and hearing people say, oh, this is how I feel about Xbox One. It's not the bestest. It's trash. I mean, I tell you, if I can say one good thing about the Xbox One, it was built to last. It was built to last because trust me, that one went through hell and high water messing with me and it was still ticking. I plugged it up and it will still work. So the durability on that was fine. Well, I guess people had issues with theirs, but I don't know. I grew up poor. I know if I'm to buy a $300-$400 piece of equipment, you best believe I'm gonna try my best to keep it running and not replace it until it's broke. So
Yep, I still got my Xbox One I've had since 2013 when it came out. And yeah, it got a little bit of dust on it now because I ain't playing it near as much or at all.
yeah.
But I had to, man, going from that to where I am in life and knowing that I'm looking right at it right now. I can see that, and it's like a flashback of memories that I went throughout that time period where it was like, shoot, man, I remember having that Xbox One when I lost my damn car. I lost my vehicle. And guess what? All I had to do was sit at home, play the Xbox One. I remember when serious stuff throughout life happened, and I can look at that little piece of memory, and it'll like bring back up good times, bad times, but remember that that it still made it here with me, today. It's pretty amazing to have a piece of hardware like that. I mean, the way you were talking about your 360 Elite, I could see it. I could see it that it meant
because that's
a
all
lot.
Because that's all I had. Because that's all I had. That's all I had. And I don't know. I'm just saying that's how it was. So.
Well, shout out to Sir X-Man with another $2 super chat saying, hit that like and share. We got Lady Infamous. Do it. Hey, I approve that message. And shout out to Raichi K Mega 405, Mr. Joanna Dark, and a few others that decided to join us this evening in the chat. Thank you so much. Why So Serious? I see you out there as well. General Spartan, good to see you. Thanks, y'all, for pulling up for this fantastic episode that we are doing on a Saturday. I know it's a little different than usual, but hey, I ain't mad at all. I'm happy to be here with Lady Infamous. She's a fantastic person. But continuing from the Xbox One going into the Series generation, now you had said just moments ago that, I think content creators should have as much, as possible, right? When it comes to gaming. To have the most open mind about it, right? I'm assuming that's why.
Not necessarily the best, but just different facets. That's all.
Sure. So with that being said, I'm curious. PlayStation 4, you got to kind of get into it, tear into it a little bit, play some different games. This new generation's coming up. The PS5 was announced, digital disc. The S and X was also announced. Switch has been outside for a while, for a few years at this point. What was the direction? I mean, obviously, you probably knew you were going to get an Xbox, right?
Of course, we had powwows. We had powwows. We were going to get it.
Okay. Yeah. By that time, you were, indebted to the game right there.
Yeah.
But as for the PlayStation, where was your mind at around launch time for the PS5? Because it seems like you're much more deeper in the gaming by the end of this generation than the prior.
I only have money from one. And I know that I went with what I knew best. So I went with the Xbox. Now, mind you, I ask periodically, right? Hey, y'all, you think I should get a PS5? My friends tell me no. My friends tell me some are collecting dust. Some PS5 are used as back scratchers for cats. Some of my homies be like, there really any games on here at this particular moment that you would want to spend spend some money on the PlayStation 5. I personally just probably want to get an upgrade, but I don't want that big booty Judy. I don't even know where to put her. I'm probably gonna get like a digital one for the new Final Fantasy 7. So
okay, so currently right now, no 5.
No 5, no.
Okay, and you're thinking about it for Rebirth when that's supposed to come out next year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Final Fantasy fan.
Yeah, because I love the original game, so I want to, and I played the remake Final Fantasy, so I really want to continue on the storyline, so I can't wait.
Okay, but no rush to go get one other than that one that makes.
Unless my homies talking about they gonna jump on and let's get some to it to do it. All the there's certain PlayStation titles that I can play on PC, not as of right now. The ones that I'm really kind of interested in. So.
All right. Well, Mr. Joanna Dark had a question for you in the chat. He says, what game is special to you in your gaming history that got you through a difficult, or he says, rough time in your life?
Oh, damn. You want to? Okay. my mom died, right?
Mm.
And what happened was, like, during her last leg, like her last quarter or like her final 2 minutes, um, I would take care of her in the morning, make sure she get her meds, and my stepdad will take care of her, like her, bathing her and feeding her. And at night, I used to work. I used to work this graveyard shift at this job, and this job would allow me to play video games. So I would play Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops. So when she passed, I I remember getting drunk. I remember um fucking up my room because you when you lose your parent, when you lose your mom, it is like a lot of emotions come through. And I could have went through that route of the dark side. I will call it the dark side. Everybody knows generally what that means when you're going through some real hardship like that. But I knew that my mother wouldn't want me to go there. So all I had was my job and my system. And I would play. So Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, that's why I keep that's why I keep saying that. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 were the titles that literally saved my life because it gave me time to not focus on what I'm gonna do on this earth without my mother, but how to get these trick shots or an ace. So when people, it's cliche, but when people say that if you play when people say video games save their life, I agree with that 100%. 100%. And I can't think anybody else.
Yeah, that is some powerful stuff right there. So, what I'm hearing you say is gaming kept you safe.
Yeah, because mind you, in your late 20s, your mid late 20s in Miami, right? And you know how Miami, I don't know anybody from Florida or South Florida, but
That's
Miami was
life.
fast. Thank you. Fast as fuck. So it was like fast as fuck life, or you better just work and play these video games. So that's what I did. I knew my mom didn't want to see me go there. So I was like, and she was the one that really didn't mind me playing video games. So I was like, she liked when I play video games. She was like, it get me away from the boys if I stay home and play video games, you know? So that's were the titles to answer your question.
Wow. Mrs. Joanna Dark, that was a pretty powerful question, and I appreciate you involving yourself within the show and asking something. And Lady Infamous, I really appreciate you for keeping it a buck right there and just letting it all out because I mean, you
I
could have pent that in if you wanted to, but I mean, very
I
open
mean,
individual.
I
You had no problem just being
could have did a
honest about.
Hollywood. I could have did a Hollywood answer, but I got to be honest. Uh, that's how it is. I think for the most part, everyone plays video games to mourn a part of themselves that they had to go through in life. The majority. So it was something. It wasn't just a hobby to play. It was an escape for people who are really going through some shit.
Mm, very powerful way to state that. Shout out to my partner in crime, Loke7, popping in through the chat. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Hope everything is okay. Miss Joanna Dark responds after you said what you had went through and whatnot with his own bit of a story, saying Death's Door was the game I played the day my mom died, and then went back to Death Stranding to get me through things. So I
See,
mean,
my
different
condolences.
strokes for different folks, to get you through different stuff.
Yeah, trust me. It could have went a completely different route. Uh, it could have went a completely different route. So I owe gaming a lot, honestly.
Yeah, Dolo Knight says World of Warcraft got me through my divorce. I mean, there's all different types of walks or pieces of your life that can be helpfully handled within the gaming space instead of you taking your actions out at the bar or
Hmm.
on your wallet somewhere where it shouldn't be, or hanging out with some boys that be doing
Exactly.
something they ain't supposed to, that you
Things I had no
wouldn't
business
find.
doing at that age, or
Exactly, yes.
or having no business doing that. It with the mental things that I'm dealing with. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real.
All right, and then Mrs. Joanna Dark had to throw the slander out there as well. He says, DSWS Gaming and Aloy helps me sleep. Thank you, brother.
See?
Thank you. he calls that game Digital NyQuil. He's being disrespectful.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong. I listen to people when I fall asleep too. So
Oh man.
it's okay.
No, he's talking about Horizon Forbidden West being a
Oh, he's
boring
talking
game
about.
that puts you to sleep.
Oh, that's fucked up. For real, I haven't played that yet. I might. That's. I played the first one. It wasn't that bad, the first one. But I don't know about the second one. But I haven't heard anybody beat it yet. So if that makes sense.
Oh man, Rain G4 coming through. What's cracking? Good to see you up in the chat. He said, Jesus, gaming, and guns kept me good. Ooh, Lord, that sounds wild.
Ooh, yeah.
Shout out to you though, bro. Good to see you here. All right, so as you said, the PS5 is something that you're planning on getting later as more
It could
games
be my
of your.
birthday. My birthday. I'm thinking my birthday. Maybe.
Okay, so your birthday is a possibility, but more or less you want more games that you're interested in for sure within that console.
Mm-hmm.
Are you not interested in like any of the Spider-Man? Just kind of curious since that's going to be coming soon.
No.
Is there a reason why you're not interested in that game? Because it seems very popular. And you say, didn't you say that you were into comics and stuff like that?
Yeah, but not Spider-Man. Peter Parker is not my Spider-Man.
Oh, snap.
I played Drag Me. I played Miles Morales. That's my Spider-Man. Now if he gets another game, I don't need a sprinkle of Miles Morales. I need a whole standalone. But Peter Parker is not my man. Y'all, Peter Parker Spider-Man fans, y'all want to get the DLC part 3, that's fine. I'm not hating on y'all. That's y'all game. If you enjoy it, that's fine. I will say from the rooftop, ain't nothing changed but the place. I'm not interested in Spider-Man at all.
Enough said. All right. All right. So then now let's go on ahead and hit the Xbox. So the Xbox generation, how would you describe it so far?
As a whole, or just this recent one?
Just this recent one. This recent one. I'm sorry.
It's cool. It's intertwined with my daily lifestyle. It's my beer when I get off work. You know what I mean? Like I said before, I tend not to invest too much time on, social media to tell me how I feel about the generation, or how you feel about your recent console. Do I have issues with my Series X? Yes, I do. And
what are those? I'm curious.
It's just not being too kind to me sometimes. That's it with certain games. Like, I don't understand why I have Uno and it won't let me play. You know what I mean? Some games are not the best as games. Some games I can't get jiggy with. But that's just a personal preference. But I know that as far as like it's more variety of gaming out here for me for the last generation with the Xbox side. Are they all hits? No. But I appreciate the variety. I appreciate the indies. I appreciate the shooters. I appreciate the third war platformers. You know what I mean? There was just more diversity as far as like what you wanted to play, like the actual game that you wanted to play.
Okay. Now coming into this coming year with the wildness that it has been with Activision Blizzard, you got Hi-Fi Rush, which was, fantastic, and then Redfall that's not. And then
okay, Redfall they put too much on their plate and wasn't ready for how you not have like 60. You know what I mean? When I played a few and I played with the girls, but that was it. For Redfall, it felt very deserted. I thought it would be more alive as far as people and stuff like that. So Redfall, not so much. Hi-Fi Rush was great. I think I played some of that as well. I enjoy this. I enjoy the writing. I enjoyed the music, and you really have to have rhythm, because if you don't have rhythm, it's gonna make it harder for you.
It's a fact. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then the event goes with Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. They all have their own things. Jeff Keighley has his show. Mm-hmm. Just a ton of different showcases. Capcom even had some. Ubisoft. Mm-hmm. What was some really telling games for you that are going to be coming out within the next, year or two?
Oh, see, I'm thinking 6 months. I can't think of a year.
You don't want to go to? Okay, fair.
I will do 6 months though. I was thinking about Alan Wake. I was thinking about Mortal Kombat. I was definitely Starfield. That's in a couple of weeks, so I'm excited to play that. Also, I want to get into Street Fighter 6, but I'm waiting for it to go on sale because that's not really like my main fighting game, but I want to try it out. And I learned that you can be hella disappointed when it comes to AAA titles. So I really want to explore more of the indie side of gaming. Since I built this PC, I want to probably get more into, PC gaming. So I want to explore, like, I've been playing my Xbox for so long. I'm like, maybe I should give it a break. Or worst case scenario, you got Xbox Ultimate. I can play the Xbox titles on my PC. Chef kiss, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to explore more. I'm trying to dip away from the AAAs because it seems like with AAAs they have the content creators, the hardcore gamers, the influencers have a really strong criteria of what a AAA title is supposed to be, and it's supposed to be goddamn perfect all the time. And when it's not, people have, long, incoherent conversations of why this game ain't supposed to be.
You said long, incoherent conversations. All right. Sir X-Man was curious as to how addicted to Vampire Survivors you ended up getting. Since you were talking about indie games, I figured that was a good time to pull that out.
Yes, Vampire Survivor is a perfect example of not having the prettiest game, but it is the most addicting. Shout outs to Sharice for putting me on, because she's the one who told me about the game. She was like, girl, it's Vampire Survivor. It's like 8-bit and stuff. It looked old, but it's really good. So I was like, are you sure? Is it on Game Pass?
Is gold.
Is it on Game Pass? She said, yep. I tried it. I was hooked. The 30-minute runs was amazing. I don't have everything unlocked yet. And I haven't unlocked all the secrets, but what I'm doing with Vampire Survivors is just get one character at a time
Mm-hmm.
and go through the whole thing. I done bought the DLCs already. I think about 2 DLCs. So I'm enjoying that game, and that's not a big AAA title game. That's an indie game, and it's extremely popular. I just hope that they do like online co-op, because they do a couch co-op, and I don't think it's fair.
Mm.
Mhm.
You know, it's funny that you bring that up. Me and my lady literally played couch co-op before we did
Mhm.
this evening.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. Me, my lady, and my daughter, my 5-year-old
Uh-huh.
daughter, were all playing Vampire Survivor co-op, and it's a lot of fun. It's crazy. You got to be a little bit more strategic because you get less upgrades the more people that you have with you, up to 4. So that's pretty interesting. But Loke, my partner in crime on this channel, was asking a question as well, saying, "What is your main fighting game?"
It's gonna be Mortal Kombat all day. In my funeral, you better have the theme song somewhere. Give me Ultimate Mortal Kombat. I'm a Mortal Kombat fan because, like I said earlier, between that time from Nintendo to 360, I couldn't afford a console or couldn't acquire one. So the arcade had Mortal Kombat. That was like the main game at the time. So if I had to choose a fighter, it will always be Mortal Kombat. I am definitely gonna get it. My pockets are gonna hurt between now and November. It's just because there's just so much games out there. But yeah, Mortal Kombat. My main is Scorpion, and if we're talking about Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, then give me Mechanical Smoke, not human smoke. Give me Mechanical Smoke, and then I will do some work.
You, yeah, you got real specific right there.
Yeah, because Mechanical Smoke and Human Smoke are 2 different smokes and 2 different set of combos.
Gotcha. And are you interested in the added players that's like Omni Man, Homelander,
Yeah,
and
of course.
all those characters?
Everybody has a villain in them. I don't care I don't care how nice you are. I don't care how respectable you are. Everybody has a villain in them. I
Mm.
want Omni Man. I want him. Yes, I will.
That
Yes.
man's a goddamn menace. But
Yes, he is.
anyways, Dolo Knight has a question real quick before we transition to the next subject, saying, "Lady Infamous, are you getting Lies of P?"
No, sir.
Damn.
I I look, that's a game I don't have time for. I have dealt with a lot of Souls born like games, and I don't know. I've tried it. I couldn't get jiggy with it, so I don't see it in my roster anytime soon.
I'm assuming because you said Bloodborne earlier was a big
Yeah.
deal to you, so a lot of people are comparing Liza P to like I'm not trying to be disrespectful. This is what other people have said, but a
Hmm.
cheap Bloodborne.
It's lightweight. Oh, it's lightweight true. It's lightweight true. And
Mm.
I don't and I'm sure not investing my controller being broke over uh Bloodborne Light.
You said
Mhm.
you about to get violent. All right, all right, all right, all right. So then the next topic I wanted to get into was your content creation side and whatnot.
Yeah.
So as you said earlier, like yo, ask you about the burrito spot. Like if you would have asked that same person, um, if you would be in this deep on gaming, you would have said hell no. So I'm kind of curious, what generation was it that birthed the idea of being behind a camera or behind a microphone and spitting your thoughts about just content? It doesn't have to just be gaming, because a lot of
Hmm.
people get into content creating sometimes outside of gaming and then end up merging into gaming. How did you start talking on the airwaves and whatnot.
I will keep it a buck. I was in a relationship at the time, and I was just finished doing the do, and I was just laid up, and I was like, I think I should do a channel. And he was like, shut the fuck up. And then and I was like, no, for real, because I think there was one time I got stuck. No, I don't think I was stuck. I was bored one day, and I just want to look up some YouTubers, because it was like the rise of YouTubing, and you saw more content creators like streaming video games and doing reviews and stuff like that. So I didn't see any much Black people doing it, and especially people that look like me, like a Black, Afro-Latina woman, doing it. So I was like, I can make people laugh. I have a passion for games. So I said, I'll do it. So what I did was, in the living room, I had my phone, I had a backup phone, and I had a few boxes up top, like boxes you stack and put the phone right in front of the TV, and I would stream from there. So if you go to Lady Infamous channel and you see the earlier shit was like a phone on some boxes, and me in the background just playing GTA, playing Full House Poker, and I didn't have nobody, hit me up or anything like that. So when I left that relationship and really was on my own, I was able to get like a connect. I was able to have a gaming space outside of my own personal space to be able to, stream. And then Twitch started. Then I was like, oh, you can be able to stream from your Twitch, from the Xbox? Oh, bet. So Destiny and Call of Duty, that was the rotation, and I was watching Grown Man Gaming at the time, Chase Money Show. It was always on Wednesdays. And I love that it was just four guys of color that just did their podcast and just did topics and stuff. And I was like, hey, I think I can do that for women, right? Grown women, grown women gaming. So I started asking, I was asking guy gamers, did they have girlfriends that like to play video games? I would promote Grown Women Gaming in like every podcast I was in. Like at the end, I'll be like Grown Women Gaming, and it was just me at the time in the beginning. And then El Boogie saw me, and she was like, hey, I hear you say Grown Women Gaming a lot. What is that? And then I was like, oh wow, somebody's really listening to what I have to say now. So I'm like, look, I was rough around the edges. I was really hood with my lingo, but the passion of, I wanted to see women, displayed in video games. Like, we play video games, we spending money on them. I feel like we should be able to have content for that. And it was me and El Boogie. We used to just game every week, every Friday. We will stream Grown Women Gaming. And if you see in the channel, in my channel, you'll see Grown Women Game Night. And we used to play Destiny, Call of Duty, all kinds of games. And then I was doing a show with Console Corner, and in the panel, it was Lady Gaming, and it was a podcast. So I was cool with it. I was like, this is my first podcast with a bunch of ladies. I can be able to, interact and be able to learn. That's when I met Delilah. And Delilah did not play. I pitched her Grown Women Gaming, and she's like, you have to show me how serious you are about it, and then come back to me. It wasn't a quick, okay, I'm down. It was really, oh, you got to work for it. If you really want me on your
podcast. She popped up on you like Lord Frieza. God damn.
So I was like, cool, bet. So we continue, me and El Boogie continue to doing the show. This is the time when me and Delight was on GRG, and the first couple of episodes, shout out to K Mega, was on GRG. The first couple of episodes, and that's where we got our feet wet a little bit, and then we moved everything to our own channel, and that's when Delilah was like, okay, I see what you're doing. Let's make something happen. And the first episodes were Google Hangouts. The first few episodes was not like as precise, as tight as it is now. And just the beginning steps of getting to know your panel mates and, building chemistry. Because chemistry that we have now, we build that shit for years. And I implore that people, if you're really serious about this content creation and the people that you're working with, you got to build chemistry with them, because it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. So we do like the first, me, El Boogie, and Delilah, we doing the first 50 episodes. Delilah said, hey, I have my bestie. She loves gaming and she loves anime and she loves Sailor Moon. And I was like, bring her in. That's
Sailor Moon
Sharice.
classic.
So that's Sharice. And then we started to do our show every week. And Google Hangouts became Zoom meetings. And Zoom meetings became like, first it was no cams, now there's cams. It wasn't no layouts, it wasn't no intro music, it wasn't no ticket taker. We were bare bones in it the first few years. So and at the time, for me at least, I would try to be like, I'm from Grown Women Gaming, this is the ladies, we do our show every Saturday, and since I'm in this in California, North Cal, there's some things will be popping here, and in LA I can always go, dip and dab. And it was just constant work, consistency, and understanding your panel mates. And the panel mates became my friends. They became my besties. They became my family. Just I'm the craziest one in this motherfucker. I do not fuck with El Boogie, Delilah, and Sharice, because I will personally fuck you up. And I mean that in the bottom of my heart. That's how much I love them. Because not only for them, you right. I will get violent for them.
Love it.
That's because I love them so much. And not only did they teach me how to be a better content creator, they helped me be a better individual, a better woman. And that shit is priceless. It really is.
Man, that's powerful and very special as well. I could tell by your way of just describing all of that and putting that together and your history and how much effort that you had to put in to actually gain, more members into the platform that you're trying to rise up and whatnot. That's amazing and pretty insane. Shout out to Rachie with the $2 super chat saying, shame Sony splitting a single game in 2 consoles.
You talk about Spider-Man, right? You talk about Spider-Man, right?
Okay,
that's
yeah,
the
there
game
you go.
or The Last of Us, or The Last of Us.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. So with the growth in that, you got to meet so many different people within the gaming space. You got to be with K Mega. I want to hear a little bit about you rocking with K Mega for a little while, because I'm not sure if you know or not, but I'm a regular member. I'm a regular panel member on his channel.
GLG?
On GLG.
You're the new generation.
Right.
Yeah.
And he always compares me to you whenever he's like doing like his, man, there's no harder working people in gaming that I know than Ham and Lady Infamous. And I'm like, he says it every single time. So I want to know, because you brought up anxiety earlier and I felt you when you were talking about anxiety and whatnot, and just always feeling the need to be on top of it. So I want you to kind of tell me your feeling about holding and controlling a platform, and how hard it is for you sometimes, or how easy can it be sometimes after being
Mhm.
knowledgeable of it, after some time in working with it, and you got stuff set up so it's like almost like one click compared to 30
Mhm.
that
It's
it used to
like
be.
for me, I before it was like I want to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You know, I wanted in a way to prove myself that I'm really serious about what I'm trying to do as a content creator. It's not just a cute face playing video games. You have to learn how to produce. You got to learn how to edit. You have to learn how to market yourself. You got to learn how to do your own video shoots, your own blogs. All that takes work. And it was annoying, but at the time I was thinking I was being prepared. It wasn't until I was older that it was anxiety. I connected the two, I connected the two feelings together. So that's how it was. Um I didn't just want to be a cute chick playing video games. I wanted to work behind the scenes. I wanted to make sure that everybody was on time. I want to make sure everybody had their topics ready. I want to make sure that it didn't run over a certain amount of time, and that's just having discipline. And it helps out a lot. I mean, I just hope that, I can still make mistakes. I still have problems. I'm telling you right now, I am not perfect. And I don't have everything down packed now because you got to constantly adjust. You have to constantly adapt to yourself of what's going on in the situation. You're not always going to be on Google Hangouts. You're not always going to be on Zoom. You're not going to always be streaming on Twitch. So you have to adjust yourself and prepare. And I think it should be like that with everybody.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Continue.
El Boogie, we are on time. We're more on time than others. If you want to keep it a buck, we are more on time than others.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, and I know Dealer likes to do the same thing with his channel or whatnot. He says, "Oh, just let them cook. Just let them cook in there for a little bit. They'll be fine."
Yeah.
Like being late is just building up anticipation. It's no big deal or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, I always get onto my crew and stuff like that about being on time, and then the next episode I show up late or something like that. So I get that.
Hey, let me know you're gonna be late. Just let me know. Just let me know. You'll be late. That's fine.
Got it.
Uh,
So something that I think is very important to always do whenever I'm having people talk about, how they got into content creation is to shout out those behind the scenes, whether they are content creators themselves, gamers or not, how they or like who they are. I want you to go on ahead and list out or shout out some people that are that just mean so much to you, to your growth within content creation and gaming.
all right. Aside from Grown Women Gaming, I'm gonna have to give a shout out to Red Infamy. Um, Red Infamy and Mad Queen, because when it comes to female content creation, it's really very high school, very vibey, very click like type of atmospheres between women gamers and content creators. And for Red Infamy and the Mad Queen, they were open, they were honest, they were themselves. They welcomed me to their world. They gave me opportunities, you know. Um Also, I have to give a shout out to GRG because that was like, the school of podcasting 101. You know what I mean? The things that I learned from them um trickled over to what I wanted to do with Grown Woman Gaming. I'm There was some things that I know I couldn't do in in GWG that I would do in GRG. You know what I mean? Um I would have to also, I ain't gonna lie, there's some people that I would thank, but I don't fuck with them no more. So all I can say for the people that I don't fuck with no more, thank you for showing me that you telling me that I couldn't do this, or I wasn't too pretty to do this, or I didn't know games to do this, or I'm too hood, I talk too ghetto, because those were the people that like, ooh, is my camera okay? Okay. Um, they helped me determine who I can be as an individual and still meet people. And I can tell you that I, based on my personality and my drive alone, I've been in places and talked to people that I wouldn't have not done if I wasn't myself.
Shout out to you, Lady Infamous. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for being part of this show and everything like that. You've just been so honest, and I appreciate that. And it's just sometimes I'm not sure what to expect whenever I do these shows or
Okay.
whatnot.
And that's
But
fair. That's fair, because what people portray on the internet can be completely different on
mhm,
a one-on-one convo. I completely understand.
right, and it's been a buck since the start. So I really appreciate you since I really appreciate you being on the show. But L Boogie in the chat has a $9.99 $10 super chat. Let's just go ahead and round it up. Let's round it up.
That's my
$10
job.
super chat. She says, shout out to GWG Grown Women Gaming Podcast that starts at 1 p.m. ish. Laughing emoji. We may be late, but we are always on time. Shout out to, did she just make an Ashanti reference?
I think she did. I think she did.
Okay, all right, I see you. That's what's up. So just to touch a little bit of just a dab, just a little bit more on the content creation side of it. What like I know that you're planning on going to PAX here soon, right? What kind of what kind of stuff are you planning on doing? What does the GWG gang do when they go out to these when they go out to these different events and stuff like that? What is your line of business out there?
Okay, so before PAX West, it was just us four going to E3 and having a good time, checking out the games and stuff. This is different for us. This is the first time that we have been offered a community space, and I think collectively as a group we are nervous and excited at the same time. And for us, I think it is the biggest opportunity, one of the biggest opportunities that we had as a group, as a unit. And I don't want the other ladies to be super stressed. I just want them to be more enjoying of the fact that, their hard work and dedication, got them that spot. And we gonna have a good time. It don't matter. We're gonna have like our games. We're gonna do some reviews. Hopefully we get a couple of interviews. We just did our top secret meeting earlier today. We're gonna have another one, and we're bringing content from PAX West to you guys. Some Patreons will have early access to some things, behind the scene things, and we will most likely have an impromptu show at the actual space. But it's like maybe we're not just gonna be there just having fun and sitting pretty. We definitely working, we definitely networking, we definitely letting people know who we are, and ordering t-shirts, making sure what kind of games do we want to see, making sure what kind of people that we want to interview. That's just all work.
So totally different strategy in comparison to the last few times that you guys went to a space like this.
Mm-hmm.
So in my opinion, I think you guys are going to kill it because every time I've ever pulled up into GWG, whether I was in the chat or not, I've noticed you guys always like you guys may not know every single piece of everything every time, but
Yeah.
your descriptions, your comparisons, it you guys show me that you guys have knowledge in what you guys are talking about. You guys are not this isn't not you're not your first time around the block at all with
I don't
any of
know.
this stuff. So I think once you guys get out there, there may be a little bit of nerves or whatnot, but I think probably 2 minutes into that first interview, you guys are gonna be like, "We good.
I
We
have no
good. The
doubt.
nerves are gone."
I have no doubt. It's definitely. I don't want it to be like super. I don't want to be super stressful about it. I just want to enjoy the moment. Not only do we were able to get a space. Shout out to Latino and Gaming for the space, but we're all together. We are all together. I think we haven't been all together since 2018. So
It's
I
going to be
can't.
very ceremonial. It'll be special.
I'm trying not to cry because I haven't seen Sharice in so long, and I saw Delilah and El Boogie a couple of years ago, and we went to Tennessee, but I have not seen Sharice since 2018. So I might bust a tear for Sharice because I haven't seen her.
I can feel that energy right now. Like,
yeah,
I can hear it in your voice and everything. You excited? You are
because
excited.
because you see them all the time and you talk to them every week. You chat with them every day, but not embracing them and not hugging them and not breaking bread with them. I wish I was closer. They always saying move east, but it's just too good to have like all the ladies there, all of them. So I'm excited. I'm ready to do the damn thing as far as Grown Women Gaming is concerned about networking and stuff like that. And I believe that we will be successful in what we're trying to do.
Well, y'all just make sure y'all get plenty of pictures. Y'all make plenty of time for yourselves to go out and enjoy something beyond gaming for the night or something like that. To make a different type of memory together, know?
Yeah. I did we doing karaoke night on Friday.
Oh shit, yeah, that'll make some memories. That ain't no joke right there.
Yeah.
For real. But shout out to Rain G4 dropping a $10 super chat saying GWG is like the Black Charlie's Angels. I have been listening from the beginning. Seeing the growth over the years is amazing. They have been through the fire. Boogie, Lady, Delilah, and Sharice.
That's our head of security. Shout outs to him.
Yeah, he's there every single time. There's yet to be a time that I like if I pulled into GWG and when Rain wasn't there, soon after it would be like sliding through. His infamous sliding through comment pulls up and I'm like, there he is. All right. But shout out to Rain G4. Good. Another person, like I said about Sir X-Man, individual that's always up in the chats, always supporting people out there. So shout out to him as well. But now we have finally reached the part of the show where I kind of have some kind of quick hitting questions for you.
I like quick hitting questions. Let's do it.
Yeah, this is the fun part. And for some reason, I'm sitting here turning on my phone to look at the questions, even though I ask them pretty much every episode.
I can't wait. I know I listened to some of your shows, and I know you have the the fast hit questions. I can't wait. Let's go. I can't wait.
All right. So, and sometimes I like to structure them a little differently for, depending on the guests and whatnot. But I'm curious as for you, and I'm going to keep this pretty straightforward, just like I do with everybody else. What is the gaming genre that you refuse or don't really enjoy playing at all?
Point and clicks and puzzles. Get them out my face.
Point and clicks. I do hate those as well.
Yeah. I don't need to
Oh
spend
my
15
goodness.
minutes clicking a damn map for a piece of item so I can progress the story. I don't need that life. At least with puzzles, I can look it up. But then point and clicks, I just can't do it. I can't do it.
All right, and I'm actually gonna put a little spin on this as well. What is a type of genre of gaming that pulled you in after some years of hating it?
RPGs.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Whoa. You used to hate RPGs.
Yeah. All I thought was shooters, shooters, shooters. That's all I thought about. That's all. In the beginning, it was shooting, and that's it. That was it. That's all I did. But then when I got into Fallout, then I got into Skyrim. Then I got
Oh,
into Outer Worlds, you know?
you got stuck
So,
in a black hole. God damn.
mhm.
You were, yep. You were indebted to the game right there. As
Yeah.
soon as you said Skyrim, and I was like, oh Lord, it's over. All right, so there's that. RPGs turned you around a little bit. Now I want to know, what is the best 3 games that you played this year, and or within the calendar year. And I don't want you just to think that I'm talking about games that came out. I'm talking about games in general. So if you happen to turn on if you happen to have like a Sega Genesis and you turned on a game and you're like, oh, I never played this. This is pretty dope. That's what I'm talking about. So anything, it can be new or old, but what are the 3 best games you played in the last year?
Vampire Survivors, Diablo, the new one that came out, the base game, not the DLC, and Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush made the list.
Mm-hmm.
What was it about Hi-Fi Rush? Were you into rhythm games prior to that?
I just liked the originality of the title.
Mm.
Yeah. It wasn't a remake, it wasn't a remaster. It was a quiet drop. People got hyped for it. I think they did great with the writing. So, yeah.
Mr. Joanna Dark put Hi-Fi Rush on his list as well, with Chained Echoes and Pikmin 4.
Yeah.
A couple of dope games as well on there. So not a bad short list you have right there. But here is my favorite question that I like to ask people: is what is your favorite studio, and what video game best represents that studio that is your favorite?
Y'all won't believe me if I told you, right? I would say Bethesda.
Word. Oh,
Fallout
snap.
3.
Fallout 3 really did a number to you.
Because people was going through things. People were going through things. There were people were building lives after the bombs dropped. And I was hooked. And then when New Vegas came out, so I was really hooked. So I also I'm trying to think of the studio that did Death's Door, that game. I think it's Revolver Digital, I think.
Devolver
I
Digital?
really, yeah, I enjoyed that one too. And the one that did, I want to say Hades, but ain't they the same? No, right?
Hades, I'm pretty sure, is someone else.
Yeah. That studio that did, I'm not 100% sure who it is, but the studio that did Hades as well.
Okay, so the developers for Death's Door was Isometric Action. Oh wait, no. I'm sitting here reading the type of game it is. Let's see. Yeah. Is this thing? Yeah. Acid Nerve which is something
Okay.
I've never heard of. And what was the other game? You
Fallout.
said Death's Door. No, not
Oh,
Fallout.
Death Door. You talking about Hades?
Hades. Yeah, I should know. Oh, Super Giant.
There it
Super
is.
Giant. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gotcha. So yeah, those games pretty interesting right there. But I'm just super surprised that Fallout was just such a big deal to your come up.
It is
That's
a
pretty
big deal.
dope.
It is a big deal. I got bobbleheads. I got the cookbook.
You got the cookbook.
El Boogie gave me the cookbook with the apron. I have Fallout. I have all the Fallouts. I have New Vegas. I bought New Vegas 3 times, and it's really my game. I actually have New Vegas on my PC and on my console already installed with the last save that I haven't played in years. But in case I feel like playing, it's there. Also, Skyrim is in my Xbox right now. The extended edition with all the DLCs just sitting there, just when I feel like it to go there. So,
Phenomenal. So yeah, you weren't kidding when you said Bethesda is now your favorite developers.
it always been. When I go to the conventions and I found out that they had a Bethesda store in 2017, I was like, whoa, a Bethesda store? What you mean? Oh, you don't know they sell all kinds of shit. Go ahead and check it out. I got all my Fallout, my Skyrim. I got in this book area, there's a leather bound type of feeling book that you get from Skyrim. I got that. And every year after that, I would go to Bethesda's door. Like, y'all don't remember me? I was here last year. Let's go run up this bill. Cause it's not just because of Starfield. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I love Bethesda now because of Starfield. No, you have to be with them when there was all bugged out in New Vegas and all the glitches and all the rough parts of the not so good parts of video games. But the story, the soundtrack, the multiple endings, the complete exploration of it all, I don't think nobody can do it better than Bethesda. Not off the top of my head. I can't see it.
So with all that being said, I mean, I'm obviously not going to ask you if you're hyped for Starfield. I think that goes without saying.
That sounds like a question that you already know the answer to.
Right. So I'm going to ask you a different one instead. I'm curious as to how you plan to go about, like, if you were to predict how you would go through Starfield, how do you think you're going to do it with the information that you know now?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I think before the presentation, around E3 time when Bethesda had the 45-minute presentation, that was like the most I got from them. I didn't look at anything else. I didn't want to get super spoiled with any insider, too much information about Starfield, because I want to be blind, as much blindness as possible playing that game. I don't know what's going to happen. I know my speech is going to be on. If they got a speech like characteristic, we're going to try to max that out first. So we're going to try to talk. I know one thing. We're going to try to talk our way out of some situations. We'll shoot if we need to.
So that's confirmed, though, just to let you know. There is speech in the game.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that's good for me.
So you're going to be a smooth operator. All right, got you.
I mean, what's wrong with being a smooth operator?
Ain't nothing wrong with being a smooth operator. The smooth operators get anything they want.
Nah, I hope so in the game. I hope so in the game. They got in New Vegas, they have one called a Black Widow, which if you're a female character, you get a 10% buff when you talk to male NPCs, and they also give you extra dialogue. So, yeah.
Oh, snap. Man, That's some bull.
What you mean? They got a male one. They got a male version of the Black Widow. I think it was like Smooth Talker, and it was the same thing. So if you were a male character, then you will have a 10% buff on female NPCs and also have open dialogue.
Oh, okay. I see.
Mhm.
I see what they did right there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm also interested while we're still in the Starfield part.
Yeah.
Do you have a weird thing that you want to do in that game? Like for me, I want
okay,
to
well-
be like Khan from Star
Oh.
Trek. Right? I want to be hijacking ships left and right. Jamie Mallory was stealing was stealing sandwiches, loading up her ship with sandwiches. Do you have some weird kind of thing that you think you might want to do in that game?
Oh, my character and my ship will have ridiculous names. If anybody knows me and how I do my games, when it comes to games that I can be able to name my character, I'm going to make it ridiculous. I might make it offensive or out of pocket, but I know my ship and my character name is going to be something ridiculous. I just don't know what. You'll have Coochie Meow Meow, you'll have Milk and Cookies, and that would be the rotation, So,
what was the first name?
Coochie Meow Meow. That's my character in most of my games. I think the most recent game is Diablo 4. That's my first character's name. So, and my friends give me hell for it, but I don't care. Don't give me an opportunity to name anything because I'm making ridiculous ass names. I'm gonna make a name that you're gonna be like, "What the fuck, lady? Really?" And I'm like, "Yep."
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's why I lost my profile in the 360 generation. It was because of terrible names that I decided to make myself.
What was your name?
I'm not gonna say that on air.
Well, you gotta send it to me in a message so I can read it. Send it to me. Send it. You gotta send it to me. You gotta send it to me.
I'll definitely tell you after the show. I'll tell you after the show. But I'm not saying it here. But anyways, continuing on through the questions. Now I know. Thanks a lot, Lady Infamous, because I'm sure people are going to be curious and asking me about that later on.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for that, I guess. But continuing on, what other than Starfield for the rest of this year, what is the next game that you want to like sick your teeth into super hard? Like very specific.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Oh, snap.
I am a competitor shooter for sister shooters, and I have to sink my teeth into Modern Warfare 3. First, for my personal thing, I want to play the story, and for the comp team, I have to do multiplayer. And I think I have a slight advantage because they're using old school Modern Warfare 2 and 3 maps. And I think the younger generations don't know the points. And if I know Call of Duty, they're not gonna refresh those points.
No, Lady Infamous, run that back. What maps did you say they were bringing?
Oh, let me get my phone out. Like the old shit, but updated.
Oh, you gotta tell me some of these maps, please. If you got a second to spare, tell us some of these maps that are coming back.
I will, but I just have to check out the Amazon packages because I did tell you earlier about the Amazon packaging. So let me just do that real quick. Okay, so the Call of Duty maps. I gotta go through my photos.
Take your time because I'm interested.
Okay, so the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer maps are Afghan, Derail, Estate, Favela, High Rise, Invasion, Karachi, Quarry, Rundown, Rust, Scrapyard, Skid
Rust!
Row,
Oh, snap!
Skid Row, Subbase, Terminal, Underpass, and
Terminal?
Wasteland.
Oh, Terminal! Oh,
Yeah.
give me 24/7 Terminal. Give me 24/7 Terminal, please.
It could happen. It could happen.
Oh,
happen.
that sounds magnificent. Rust as well. Oh, man. You said
Yeah.
some classics in there.
And I know they're not going to change the spawn points. So since I have played it already, this should be a very easy adjustment for me to, hit up, the noobs that have never played OG Modern Warfare 2 or 3. So that'll be the next thing.
I'm evil right now.
I'm not evil. I just know the points. I know Call of Duty doesn't change much, and if they're doing out these new maps, they're not going to change much at all.
Oh man, yeah, I'm excited, and I hope it's not too different than before, because I thought the maps before were like perfect. They're great.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear that. After that, man, you got me changing my mind. I was thinking, I'm gonna have to wait until 2024 to get that game, but now I'm thinking,
it's coming out November 10th, and I don't know if I want the regular version or the Vault version, which is a $30-$40 difference. So yeah, I'm deciding which version I want. So,
but regardless, you're gonna be knocking them down either way.
Either way,
yeah.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Gotcha.
It don't matter.
Modern Warfare 3, you just got me a little bit more excited, so I'm happy I asked you that question just now.
Yeah.
But now I get into another one of my favorite questions, which is, if you were to revive 2 dead IP games, so games that are just not in development right now, pretty much closed down, forgotten about, what 2 games are you bringing to today, giving them the AAA, treatment and everything like that?
Full House Poker, Microsoft Studios. Yes.
Whoa.
Slap some microtransactions up in there and give us our avatars back. I like poker. I like to play poker. And one of the games,
I don't want to play you in poker. You saying shit like that?
I do. I do.
Man, you finna rob me.
I'm not finna rob you. I'm not finna rob you.
She finna whoop my ass, and she's finna take all of my paper.
Oh, snap. Yeah. I would say, I'm sorry, y'all. This is Amazon. I'm so sorry. I knew it. Hello? I'm so sorry. Sorry.
You
Hello?
good. We already knew it was gonna happen. She has to pick up a few packages. That
Yeah. Yeah. Do you see the gate open? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you down there? Are you down there? Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming right now. Okay.
Do your thing.
Yo, everybody in the chat, I'm so sorry. You guys got to give me like a couple of minutes. I got to get this package. Hold on.
No. You're good. Do your thing. I know that I'm more excited about Modern Warfare 3 than I was before. So, although she had to step away for a moment, I'm happy she gave me something to think about in the meantime, because I'm telling y'all, Terminal coming back is a big deal for Call of Duty. I'm telling y'all, I'm so excited for that joint. I've been actually jumping back into Modern Warfare 3. You know the old school one, since it's backwards compatible on the Series X and S, and hopping in and playing that, because it was the only way for me to be able to play Terminal online. I think the servers for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 are back going and whatnot, but at the time I didn't have that game, so I've been rocking out Modern Warfare 3, playing Terminal on there and whatnot, since they have a lot of the same maps on Modern Warfare 3 as they do on 2. Did you already grab it?
Yeah, I told you just to go downstairs and pick it up.
Hey, you last when I talked to you about it earlier. I talked to you about it prior. You're like, I'm gonna need, a couple minutes, maybe
I
3
said
or
less
5.
than 5 minutes.
You didn't.
I said,
You
I
didn't
said
tell
less
me
than 5
Sonic
minutes.
the Hedgehog was finna go
No.
grab them packages for you and return them to your door.
Because I didn't want
God
to. I didn't want to be rude. I had to quickly get them. But yeah, they're right there. You were saying about Terminal. That's like your favorite map.
Oh, by far. That hard hat was pretty dope. And I'm trying to remember the other one. I think it was that like I always mispronounce it. It's like Favela or something like that.
Yeah, Favela. That's like the Brazilian hood with the rooftops. They're gonna have that one there too.
Woo! I'm so excited.
Oh my
So
god!
excited.
And then
shout out to Dragonheart Yobi in the chat.
Oh, he's such a sweetheart. Hello, how are you?
But anyways, continue.
So, just probably Starfield and Call of Duty in rotation, or just probably I have some games that I haven't finished yet that I want to finish. So I'm gonna try to knock out like maybe Sekiro or Nobody Saves the World, Death's Door, because like a couple of games, like specifically Death's Door and Nobody Saves the World, I'm at the last leg. I need to finish it, With Sekiro, I just raged quit. So, but I didn't uninstall it. So
you just said you can stay over there for a little bit. I don't want to talk.
Yeah, yeah.
But do you really think that you're gonna have time to attack any of your backlog here after Starfield comes out?
No. No. I'm
Right,
glad because I think maybe Friday night after karaoke, we might have like a pajama jam and we're going to have our tablets and our controllers and we're going to be playing in Seattle. So, yeah.
I'm very happy for you to do that. That's going to be phenomenal. But the next, so you said the poker game was the one. Did you mention the second one?
What was the second game? It was. Hold up, just a minute. I said Full House. Dead Space 4.
Dead Space 4.
I think they can write it. They can write us. It's space. You can put. Isaac can come back. Isaac might have a child or another lover or somebody in this world that will continue on with going through mental illness and the marker. So I personally, I think the ending of Dead Space 3 was one of the biggest cliffhangers. So that's what I would like to do.
That's a pretty nice. I didn't expect you to say Dead Space 4, so that's pretty interesting. And I've heard some friends that are some Dead Space fans saying that they had liked something like that. So I think you're cooking. I think you got something going on.
I got something simmering.
Yeah, you got something simmering. I could smell it. It's cooking. But anyways, now here's a little bit of a negative question, but not really too negative. It's just more of what your opinion is on it. And I'm interested on what about gaming in general as a whole frustrates Lady Infamous.
What frustrates me? I think the number one thing that frustrates me as Lady Infamous is good content creators get overshadowed by bullshit and toxicity, and they don't get the recognition that they deserve for their hard work. I think certain people like to go a certain route that is not as genuine, or how would I say, only trying to gain for monetary value, I guess. But then you have people that invest their money, their time to be genuine, to be themselves. They show consistency in their work and they don't get the shine that they deserve. And that's one thing that I don't like. All the other shit I can deal with because there's plenty of shit that I deal with. And I think I try to be calm and cool and collected about some situations, but you're not gonna like dilute my work or dilute my time in this space. Um, so some of y'all are gonna have to put some respect on my name because I've been here. I've been here. I've just been chilling, doing my thing in the cut, and I don't want people to say, "Oh, I don't like Lady Infamous because something that doesn't have nothing to do with gaming." I would have preferred if I don't like ladies, preference, so I don't watch her as much. Okay, I can deal with that. But saying I don't like someone that doesn't have to do nothing with their hobby that they're creating, it's a totally different type of hate that I really, really hate. And I always tell people, like, if you got a problem with Lady, my DMs are open. If you feel like I talk to you any certain way, if you feel I didn't agree with you on something, come hit me up. And I try to be admirable as possible, but you can't disrespect me. You can't talk to me any kind of way. I'm not your groupie. I'm not your fan. I'm a peer. I'm a peer. I make content just as you, and I deserve that respect,
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I love it. And now I kind of have the opposite of that question to ask you, which is, what would be a dream come true to Lady Infamous in
I already got
gaming?
it. I already got it.
Okay.
Grown Woman Gaming. That was my dream. That was literally my dream. My dream was to have 4 women that look like me talk about video games. And I wanted to make a difference to that aspect. And for people to come up to me to be like, Lady, I really enjoy Grown Women Gaming. I enjoy seeing you guys in the morning. I watch it at work. I watch it at home. Or I can't watch it right now because it's late. Or I'm at work. I'll watch the rerun later. That's what makes me love what I do. Becoming, starting from like a group of ladies that has a hobby, a same passion, that do a podcast, is grown to our company. You know what I mean? We're not just co-hosts, we're co-founders, we're owners. You know what I mean? We doing big girl things. We may not be making as much money as everybody else, but we're sure we're not just like a hobby. We're a company. We're a business. And it takes a lot of work. And to be quite frankly with you, not a lot of people in this space can do that, because you have to have a good team to do that with. If you don't have a good team, what we have, you can't have. And that's really honest, to be honest. You have to have a team with you. You have to, it just can't be just you.
No doubt. And I like the way you answered that, because it allows me to ask you a different question, but similar, which is like, what would be a dream come true for Grown Women Gaming's platform now?
A dream come true is to have Sarah Bond come on our show.
Oh, snap. I think
somebody
that's
clip that and
possible.
send it to her, because we really want her. We really want her. There are not a lot of women, Black women, in the exclusive gaming space, and she is one of the big dogs in the Xbox space. We love to have her. I wouldn't be the one interviewing her. I'll get one of the other ladies to interview her, but I want to have a show with Sarah Bonds on Grown Women Gaming, and maybe Aaron Greenberg, maybe Phil Spencer. That's a long shot. Phil Spencer's a long shot. He won't be doing no interview for nobody. So I know he's not gonna realistically, come on our show. But Sarah Bond, if you're listening, we want you on the show. And when you're ready, just let us know.
All right. I'm sharing this piece of the clip right there, because if I can do anything to support
please
or
tag
make
her.
that happen, I'm going to clip this part of the show and absolutely send that out. And I mean, I know I don't work for Xbox or anything like that, but I feel like the more I feel like the more, people kind of like speak it into existence, the more opportunity of it actually happening becomes more of a reality, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna definitely do that for you because you've been an excellent guest on here, and I've enjoyed having you on the show. And by the way, we have finally hit the end of the show, which was phenomenal. Thank you so much for being part of TSWS Gaming today, Lady Infamous. It has been an absolute pleasure having you. Before I do my sign outs, I want to allow you to do yours and let everybody know where they can find you, what to expect from you upcoming, and yada yada.
I would like to thank Han for having me here. I think you opened me up more than I thought that I anticipated. And I think that's signs of a great interviewer. So I really appreciate
Thank
that. Shout outs to the chat. If anybody who's new to me, this is who I am. Anybody who's like been here since day one, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys with the bottom of my heart. I think out of all the interviews, this was a very personal interview that I really enjoy, and I hope it helped you guys learn more about me as an individual and what I stand for as far as myself in Grown Women Gaming. You can check me at my side piece, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Lady Infamous 415. You can check out Grown Women Gaming, the best thing on a Saturday morning, 10 a.m., 1 p.m. East Coast time. We are going to have probably like one more show before PAX. I'll do a couple of more streams. The most important thing for me is just share it out. I mean, it's the most easiest free thing to support your content creators is to share out their streams, stop by their chat, tell people. And I think that's the most effective way to grow.
So yeah, I'm actually going to call out in case anybody is here right now and they are not a subscriber to Grown Women Gaming and they enjoyed this episode. Please take a second out of your time. I promise you it costs this much money. It costs $0 to go down into the description, hit that drop down tab, hit that GWG button. I have it there. I have a link straight to her page or to their page, better yet, because it's a group.
Oh, yeah, you got me on Twitter. You got me on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So go on ahead and just click those two links, hit the follow or subscribe button. Like I said, it's free. It don't take no time. You see the kind of professionalism she brings, but she also keeps it real. So, I mean, I appreciate that as somebody sitting behind the camera. I hope y'all appreciate that being, in the chat or just kicking it on your couch, doing whatever, listening to this evening. I really appreciate each one of you guys. Make sure you guys come back to TSWS Gaming soon, because here on Monday it's going to be me and K Mega doing the crossover podcast. We do that every Monday. We bounce back and forth between my channel and his channel. It's K Mega's kind of way of giving me that big bro status, I guess, by letting me have it one week and then him kind of bring some subscribers over from each one of us. I feel like K-Meg is helping your boy more than I'm helping him, but it ain't like that. We just supporting each other and, doing what we got to do to grow. So, I really appreciate that, brother, for that. He's a good dude. Shout out to Sir X-Man with the $2 super chat saying you share it with people, it will get to Sarah Bond. Going back to what we were just talking about with the whole sharing the clip and everything like that. As a matter of fact, Dragonheart Yobi in the chat said clipped it. TSWS Gaming and Lady Infamous. I'll be posting it soon. So there you go. It's already being taken care of for us. As a matter of fact, as I say that, Dragonheart Yobi pops back in the chat and said posted. So it's done already. It's already up there for her to hopefully be able to see and maybe even think about a little bit. But as you guys know, I said Monday I got a show. Tuesday, the lowdown with me and Loke. Wednesday is my open day for this channel. Thursday, Behind Them Sticks as well. And then Friday, Bullshit. And y'all already know how it is. If you've been here, hit that like button if you haven't already. And if you're new, please hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000. Right now, we're sitting at around 760, which to me is unbelievable because I was sitting at 400 at the beginning of the year, and I didn't have any way to get super chats or anything like that. So a lot of this year has been a big change and a big blessing, and it's all thanks to you guys out here, Loke, the brother that is the second half of this of this platform, and the dope individuals like Lady Infamous here showing up and giving me her time to be able to, you know, extrapolate a little bit of her past and stuff like that. So thank you everybody that showed up. Thank you, Lady Infamous, for being here today. It's been phenomenal. Make sure you guys check me out, check her out, most definitely. And as your boy Ham Solo always says on the TSWS Gaming YouTube channel, make sure that you're keeping it gaming or keeping it moving. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Peace out.
Play them games. Play them games. Stop talking about it. Just play them. Just play the games.